that is the sweet sound of our air conditioning working after we had kind of a scare with it this week. So the point of this video is to basically show you everything that has been going wrong over the past couple of days. Things are falling apart, you could say, but it could definitely be a lot worse. We've been living in the camper for just over 3 weeks at this point, and it seems like things just started to go wrong all at the same time. And a lot of it has been weather related. So I'll start with our air conditioning. It was working great, and then we had a stretch of really hot weather in Minnesota. 100 degrees in northern Minnesota, which is not common at all. And we think that it was just too hot and our air conditioner was working too hard. Yesterday, all of a sudden it just shut off. Our inverter made a really, really loud beeping noise, and then the AC just wouldn't come back on. So we're mooch docking right now, and we're plugged into just a regular household outlet. We had no idea what the problem was. We assumed it was like our actual AC unit was broken. Now we don't think that's the case. So at least we know, or we think we know, what happened is that basically the outlet just needed to be reset. You know, like the little reset button that a household outlet has. So we did that. The AC is back on, but I think we're just sort of wondering what exactly happened, and are we going to run into this problem again if we're staying in really, really hot areas? We'll just have to wait and see. It's working great now, but it's only about 80 degrees today, so we'll see what happens with the next 100-degree day. One of the other big things is our toilet, and which is also a pretty serious thing, right? We noticed a couple weeks ago that there was just a little bit of water sort of seeping out, it looked like, from the bottom of the toilet, and it only did it once and then it didn't do it again. So we thought maybe it was a fluke, maybe it was something else, maybe it just was a spill. A couple days ago we started noticing it more and more, and yesterday morning, the same day that it was super, super hot, I woke up and there was like a full-on puddle of water around the bottom of the toilet, so that's obviously a serious problem. The only good news is I looked this up, Googled it, YouTubed it, and it sounds like this is not a super uncommon problem with RV toilets. We think that we just need to replace the flange seal on it. I did buy one yesterday. You want to see this? It's not a toy. So I bought this yesterday, but this is specifically for a DINETTE toilet, and ours is not a DINETTE, it's a different brand. I hope this one fits. If it doesn't, we'll just have to order a different one online. It's not like actively leaking, it's just every once in a while we notice some water pooling around the bottom. So yeah, hopefully we're able to just do a quick fix on that and we don't have to worry about it anymore. The third issue that we've been running into in the past 48 hours is our gray water tank started to smell. So again, we noticed this during the time that it was super hot outside. There was just like a funky smell in the camper. It sort of smelled like sewage, but not quite that bad. More just like dirty water. That's what got us thinking, okay, it's probably the gray water tank. So I bought this stuff yesterday, Camping World. It's called Eliminate, and just says freshen sink and drain lines. Gray water deodorizer. I dropped one down yesterday and we have not noticed the smell again, but again, it's not 100 degrees outside. It's only 80 degrees outside today. I'm curious if there are some other RV tricks to just prevent food particles from going down the drain. I try really hard to make sure that doesn't happen. I have the little thing that catches food so it doesn't go in, and I try to scrape stuff into the trash before rinsing off our plates and bowls, but I just feel like it's unavoidable. So if anybody has any ideas, please let me know. The fourth and final issue that has been popping up in the past couple of days is we had some water somehow get into the camper, and we have not figured out exactly how that happened. We also had some pretty bad storms where we are the other night. It rained very intensely all night long, like extreme downpour. And the next morning, Cole noticed that his clothes in the cabinets just above the bed were wet. Like a very small spot on them was wet. And his sit directly underneath the hole that we drilled to run the solar panel wires down into the camper. Our theory is that because it was raining so hard, water somehow got into the little cover that covers those wires and dripped down a little bit into the camper. We have not seen any water spots on the ceiling, on the walls, no other water in that cabinet. It was just on his clothes. When we put the solar panels in, we sealed around that little cover. but it's not airtight or anything like that, because where the wire goes in, I suppose in theory water could get in there. Those are the 4 problems that we've been dealing with for the past couple of days, and it seems like they all just hit right at the same time. I don't know if it's you get to that 3-week mark of living in your camper, and that's when you start to see some wear and tear, just problems that are inevitable when you're living in a space that isn't designed to necessarily be lived in full time. We know things like this will continue to come up. I don't necessarily think we're going to do whole YouTube videos every time we're fixing something like leak in the toilet or something like that, but head on over to our Instagram and our TikTok, because sometimes we just post shorter little clips over there as opposed to making an entire YouTube video about it. That's WorkinfortheWild on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know if you have any advice for us, and also don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all those good things. We appreciate it.